Rose, okay. Okay, we're live. Hello, everyone. I'm just making sure that we're going live in the group so that I'm able to see your comments. Okay, there we are. Sound is down. Oh, I thought the sound was down. All right, so we're live in the group. Everything is good. All right. Welcome to day 3. Welcome to day 3 of the Path to Healing MS workshop. We are learning the entire protocol this week. Everything you need to heal, you're going to be learning this week. They're all recorded. All 5 days are recorded and emailed out every night. So you can always have them, always refer back to them. You will always have this information. You will always have this information. As long as I have your email address, I'll email it to you every night. You could always refer back to this. You can have all of this information for free and heal yourself on your own. You absolutely can. That's why I do this, because no one should hold this information hostage. This should be taught in schools. So this is my way of giving back. This is my way of making good on that promise that I made to God all those years ago when I was in bed, paralyzed, going, please help me. I promise you, if you help me, I will spend the rest of my life helping other people learn this information. So here it is. So today's day 3. On day 1, we talked about why you're sick, why you have symptoms, the root cause, the actual what is making me feel this way, not just your body's attacking itself. You learned that neurologists keep telling us that our body is attacking itself. And I feel like that's body shaming. My body's not attacking itself. My body is attacking a virus. So that's what we did on Monday. And then on Tuesday, okay, great. My body's not attacking itself. I have a virus, but now I'm freaking exhausted and I don't have the energy to do everything that you're about to tell me to do. So on Tuesday was the protocol to give you the energy first, clear the brain fog and get that energy going. Remember the peaks and the valleys. Remember, healing is not linear. You don't just start feeling better and then the next day you feel better and better and better and better. No, that would be great. It comes in peaks and valleys, and you have to mitigate the side effects of all of this healing stuff with all of the detox symptoms. You have to know when to stop, when that energy goes down, to give yourself a break so that that energy comes up. So I need another way of saying take breaks to go faster, because it's not really taking a break. The taking the break from the celery juice, that's part of the process. You can't go day after day after day. So I'm trying to get rid of that. I'm taking a break. I'm surrendering. I'm not doing everything I can. No, you are. By taking the break from the celery juice, you're accelerating your healing. So that's what we talked about yesterday. Now, today we're going to talk about, okay, great. Now I know where my symptoms are coming from. Now I know how to get rid of the brain fog, get some energy, and start attacking this virus directly with that celery juice. It kills it on contact. Great. So now what do you do with the rest of your day? Everything else that you eat, and why is it so friggin' important? That's what we're going to talk about today. So I want to make sure I'm not missing. Oh, hello, everyone. Okay, everyone's signing on. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. Natalie and Shauna, hello. Chrissy and Tracy, Nicole, Jan. Oh, this is wonderful. Okay, good. So before I tell you about the superheroes, I kind of want to set you up a little bit so that the story makes sense. The first thing I want you to understand is the body takes detours. The body just doesn't run into a roadblock. Let me lower these lights because I feel like they're still reflecting in my glasses. Oh, that's a little better. All right. The body is always going to take a detour. This is something else that they don't teach us. If the signal that leaves your brain, and let's say is heading to a finger, a toe, all the way out, right? If the body encounters I got sidetracked. The Facebook is reminding me to go live. And I'm like, wait a second, I am live. We're good though. I think I was on a delay. If the body encounters a scar, scar is lesion is just a scary word for a scar. If the signal that's leaving your brain encounters an interruption where it can't get that signal through, I know right now you're experiencing the signal is stopping and it's not getting through to whatever part of your body is numb or paralyzed. But the body always wants to take a detour. The body always wants to go, oh, I've hit a roadblock. Okay, you know what? Let me take plan B. Oh, that doesn't work. Let me take plan C. And it keeps going and it keeps going. It's always going to find a way to get the signal from your brain to wherever it needs to go. So you're wondering, okay, well, then why can't I feel my foot? That was always my question. And that is because your body requires the energy to do that. It requires the energy. Once, right now, if you're feeling paralysis or numbness in one of your body parts, extremities, it's because the signal hit the roadblock, the scar, and went, I'm too tired. I can't do this. Just like when you get too hot, your body goes, I'm too tired. I can't cool you off. I'm sorry. You're going to have to deal with it. That signal leaves your brain, hits the roadblock, and goes, I can't. I'm too freaking tired to take a detour. So it stops. Hence, we don't have a feeling in our hand, knee, leg, toes, whatever. So how do we get the body to create that detour? How do I know that detours are even possible? Well, at first I didn't. As I started healing, every time I got sick, anytime I got a fever, I would lose my legs. I would lose my legs for, I don't know how long. It might be a week. It might be a month, depending on how long it took my body to regain its energy. I would always lose my legs. The first time I got a fever, I think it was the flu, actually. The first time I got a fever with the flu, I didn't lose my legs. This was years after I started healing. I didn't lose my legs. I was the happiest flu patient ever. As I kept saying, I didn't lose my legs. And my husband would be like, yeah, but don't you feel like shit? I'm like, but I didn't lose my legs. That was a huge deal for me because anytime I got sick, no matter like the degree of sickness would be the degree of numbness in my right foot. If I got a little bit sick, I'd get the tingles and numbness in like maybe my toes and like the bottom of my foot. If I got a fever, forget it. I would lose my entire leg or both of my legs. So then I started this healing journey and I started getting better and better and better, going through my peaks and my valleys. And then the first time it happened, I think it was like 5 years after I started this, I got sick, I got a fever, and I didn't lose my legs. And I'm going, okay. So then I started researching this. Your body is always going to take a detour around the scar if it has the energy to do it. You just have to give it the energy to do it. Fast forward 14 years from when I started my healing journey, I got a fever Friday night. I was so worried I wasn't going to be able to do this workshop because my 6-month-old who had strep, that's what I had gotten, got a fever with it. Throat was coated in white. And I'm like, how am I going to do this? I put my money where I put my mouth where my money is. Put my money where my mouth is. I don't know, whatever the saying is. And I said, you know what? I'm going to fill the prescription for the antibiotic because I do have a workshop on Monday and I'm really nervous. But I said, I'm not going to take it. Let me start with the celery juice and twice a day. So that's what I've been doing, the celery juice twice a day, and it went away. Never lost any feeling. I'll tell you though, I did get tinglies while I was having the fever. I got the tinglies in my fingers and my toes, just ever so slightly, but they were there. And that's what sent me in a downward spiral just last Friday night, a downward spiral. Everything kept like rushing back. Oh my gosh, you're going to be sick again. You're going to lose your legs. You're doing a workshop to teach people how to get healthy. And here you are. You're about to lose your legs and be paralyzed forever again. And I went, whoa, wait. That's when you have to interrupt that and go, whoa, wait a second. I'm fine. My body can heal. Watch this. I know exactly what to do. I have my toolbox that okay, I need this. Okay, I need that. Celery juice, lemon water, all the things that we're going to talk about today, all the superheroes. Just do what you know how to do. Saturday, I felt better. Sunday, my throat was almost clear. Monday, you saw me. I was talking. Everything was fine. And my throat was completely clear of white spots. The body is always going to heal itself, no matter what. I don't care what you've been told. The body's always going to take a detour. So how do you get your body with enough energy to make that detour? Because eventually, it's not a detour anymore. It's just the primary route. Because now I can get a fever and that signal that's going through doesn't even see the roadblock. The detour has become the primary route. That's why I can get a fever today. I can get sick today and I don't lose my fingers, my hands, my legs, something. I don't lose anything. So that's where we're going to get your body to. We're going to get your body so freaking strong. And the way that we are going to do that, who said that? Yes, negative thoughts come from all of us. Shut it down. Isn't that, people ask me all the time. They're like, oh, you must feel great all the time. And yeah, of course I do. I don't have any symptoms. I love this life now. But I still go down into those downward spirals. I still have that fear inside of me. It still comes up. I still work with Catherine and Matt and Ed, do everything that I can do, which is why Catherine and Matt are part of the program, because everything that I use to heal, that's what I put in the program to give you guys all of the resources. So how do we make our bodies strong enough so that they make a detour, and then that detour becomes the primary route. You fill your body with superheroes. You fill your body with so many superheroes that eventually you become the superhero. This was a story that I told my kids long time ago. They're 16 and 20 now, and 6 months, so the older two. And they love the story because I'm the visual learner. I painted this picture, and I want to paint the same picture for you. So before I paint that picture, 2 seconds, we're just going to go right back to high school science class. Excuse me. Sorry, hold on. I'm still healing. Okay, we're good. Sorry. Okay. So we're going back to high school science or middle school science class. Every cell in your body is made up of molecules, right? Every cell, whether it's an eyeball, an organ, you got cells all over your body making up different things. Inside those cells are made up of molecules. What do molecules have in them? They have electrons, protons, and neutrons. And they have to have a certain amount of each in order to be a stable molecule. A stable molecule makes a stable cell, whether, again, it's an eyeball, skin, organ, whatever. Oh, hello, Eileen from Ireland. How are you? So now that you understand how the basics of a cell, molecules, electrons, protons, neutrons, they need a certain amount of each so that they can remain a stable, healthy cell, and they can duplicate themselves as a stable, healthy cell. That's how we are alive. Our cells are constantly replicating, renewing, healing, and once that process begins to end, like that's where the aging process starts, right? So the more that we can get our bodies to replicate strong, healthy cells, the more vibrant we look and the more vibrant we feel. So we've all heard about free radicals, right? And we all know that free radicals are bad. We're like, yeah, we know free radicals. But what actually are free radicals? I'm always about the why. Why? What are they? So free radicals inside your body, they're the ones that are causing cancer. They're the ones that are causing the oxidative stress. What the hell is oxidative stress? Well, if you break it down simply, it's when a cell oxidizes and rusts and inflames your body. What's cancer? A big clump of cells, unhealthy cells that should be there. So let's bring it back to free radicals. What the hell is a free radical exactly? A free radical is a regular cell in your body that's missing an electron. That's it. It's missing an electron, but it can't be missing any electrons, protons, or neutrons. It has to have the exact number in order to be a healthy cell, so that when it replicates as a healthy cell. A free radical is missing an electron. It becomes a very unstable cell. And it's kind of like a crazy person. It's like, I need an electron, and it knows it's unstable, and it knows it needs an electron. So it's going around your body, bouncing around your body going, I need an electron. I need an electron. What am I going to do? Can you give me an electron? Right? And the other cells in your body are going, dude, relax, take an electron. Here, I got one for you. And it either is given one by another cell or it steals one from another cell. When that cell loses the electron, it itself becomes a free radical because now it's unstable. They all need a certain number of electrons. And the process just continues and continues. And because all cells are replicating, even free radicals, now they're replicating with one less electron and they are unstable. And so they're replicating and duplicating, and they keep going, and the process gets better. And no one's helping them, right? Because anyone who tries to help them becomes unstable themselves. That's how cancer starts. All of these free radicals are clumping together, forming tumors. That's cancer. So you're like, all right, well, what can I do? Well, there's something you can do. You can flood your body with superheroes. What a superhero does is it enters your body. And of course, all superheroes wear capes, right? This superhero enters your body wearing a cape. In the cape is filled with pockets. And inside those pockets are hundreds and thousands of free electrons. And so the superhero flies around your body and it goes, oh, You need an electron and you need an electron and you get one and you get one. Kind of like Oprah, right? At Christmas time, you get an electron and you get an electron. And this superhero can give out all of its electrons that it has filled in its pockets, and it doesn't become unstable itself, because that's the superhero's job, to fly around your body and throw electrons at all of the free radicals, making all of those free radicals in your body healthy cells. Now that they're healthy cells, the superhero goes, my job here is not yet done. Though my cape is empty, my job here is not yet done. I'm going to now exit the body, but before I exit the body, I'm going to fill my pockets back up with all of this shit that I'm seeing around here that doesn't belong here. So it starts going through your body towards the exit, and it's like, oh, you don't need that. That's precancerous material. That's no, let's stick that in my cape. I'll take that with me. Oh, and that material, that undigested, putrefied material, that does not belong here, and it looks bad too. I'm going to take that and I'm going to stick it in that pocket. And it goes through your body, picking out all the shit that's not supposed to be there, that's going to eventually lead to making you sick or lead to oxidative stress, which is rusting inside your body, and then cause inflammation. It's removing all of that stuff and filling up its pockets. And when it's cape that's filled with those pockets now of all the crap that you don't need in your body, the superhero leaves your body through your poop and says, all right, that was a great ride. Thank you very much. Now, if you were to flood your body with those superheroes every day, all day, what do you think would happen inside of your body? All the inflammation would come down. You wouldn't creak when you moved. Things would move more easily. You'd feel like you've had such energy from the inside out, and you'd go, oh my goodness, these superheroes are amazing. I need to consume more of them. And you'd put more inside of your body. So here we go. I'm going to ask, because I know a lot of people already know the answer. So I'm wondering, before I give the answer, does anybody already know what I'm going to say? Where do you get these superheroes? Are they hard to come by? And just so you know, you can flood your body with all different kinds of superheroes. They come in all different colors. All their capes are different colors. And every superhero with a different colored cape, they do something different. They all throw out electrons, but they all have their own superpower, where they're like, oh, that's the streptococcus virus. That's my specialty. You know what? Let me just scrape these walls down on my way out of all of this streptococcus virus, the strep throat virus that goes north or south, stick that in my pockets and get that out, right? Let me see if I got any comments now, if anyone knows what I'm about to say, because I want to give you the answer, but I want to see if anyone has the answer. So all these different colored superheroes, they all have a special, in addition to throwing out all of the electrons, they all have a special power where they do something very specific. Like this one goes, ooh, you know what? Those immune system fighters, they look extremely tired. Let me give them some more ammo. I brought some with me. And they give them ammo, right? So all of a sudden your immune system is like, whoa, this feels good. And then other superheroes, they go, ooh, I see the EBV virus. You know what? That's my superpower. Watch this. And it kills it. It immediately, it just kills it. And so you have access to all of these superheroes, and they're very close to us. Certain foods are superheroes. Exactly. All right. So if you want to know where you can walk into a room filled with superheroes, like you're surrounded by them, literally surrounded by superheroes, and they're available to you and they don't cost that much money, it's the produce section of your grocery store. It's the farmer's market down the block. Every single fruit and vegetable is a superhero. It's got a different superpower based on its color. That's going to tell you what kind of superpower it has. And then it's going to bring down all the inflammation in your body. It's going to kill all the viruses. It's going to throw electrons at all those free radicals. And the more superheroes you eat, the more vegetables and fruit that you eat, the more you become a superhero. So if anyone is surprised by the answer being fruits and vegetables, I know we all grew up and our grandmothers always told, eat your fruits and vegetables, eat your vegetables. And we're like, yeah, we know they're good for us, whatever. But when we become adults and we're like, we don't want to eat them. We don't think that they taste good. And we don't have to, because no one's sitting there at the dinner table, not letting us get up until we eat our vegetables. So I was just recently talking, okay, fine. It was my brother. I was just recently talking to my brother. We're sitting outside my mother's deck. We're all talking. And out of his mouth comes, well, I don't eat vegetables. I just don't like to prepare them. And can you imagine saying that in front of me? I'm like, what? Frank, you're a grown ass man. What do you mean you don't eat vegetables? He's like, I just don't like them. I'm like, let me tell you a story. And Julie goes, here we go. And I start telling the superhero story. He's like, I had no idea. I said, no, I know you didn't have any idea, but what does that make you want to do now? He goes, it makes me want to go out there and eat some superheroes. I said, exactly, because it's not that hard. Everything that we eat, like say you have a plate full, make them taste good. Make your vegetables taste good. Eat instead of a snack that you grab, like say you want something crunchy, have an apple, but don't just have an apple. Like who's just going to pick up an apple and bite it? Yeah, sometimes you will, but sometimes, you know what? You kind of want it nice. And so like, here's an example, what I do a lot. I take 2 apples because one is never enough. I get the organic ones and they're very small. So I get an apple and I cut it up nice. However you want to cut it up nice. You put it on the plate, you sprinkle it with a little bit of cinnamon. And then right in the middle, you put a little cup of whatever, honey, almond butter, cashew butter, whatever you like to eat it with. Make it nice. Make it something that you look forward to. Now, inside, let me check some of these comments before I go on. Healthy food, probiotics are important. That's a great point, Erica. I'm glad you brought that up. Those aren't actually the superheroes. Well, they could be. They come along with the superheroes. Let me say that. The pre and the probiotics come along with the superheroes. So what the medical medium always says is don't waste your money on those probiotics that you can buy in the store. Most of the time, they don't work because they're dead. They need to be alive. So where are you going to find alive probiotics to help your gut? Fruits and vegetables, raw fruits and vegetables, the skin on your fruits. I don't know if you can eat the skin on a lot of vegetables, but the skin on fruits, those are going to give you the pre and the probiotics. Those are what's going to heal your gut, give the electrons to the free radicals so that they become healthy, healthy cells. It's going to bring down the inflammation, and it's really low in calories, so you can eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. I like to eat. I also need to lose some of this baby weight. I still have like 15 pounds I got to lose. And I know I should be lifting heavy things at the gym. I'm not ready for that yet. So a lot of fruits and vegetables because they're low in calorie and they fill you up. Because remember I told you the superhero on the way out picks up all the literal crap that's not supposed to be in your body and flushes it out? That's the fiber. That's the fiber in the fruit and the vegetables. It clings on to the stuff in your body and brings it out with your poop. Okay. So these fruits and vegetables are so important that you get in your body. Now you know why. Now, if you're anything like me, I have to know why before I do it. If I have the information in my brain, then that's going to change my decision on what I grab for, what food I grab for. Erica says, I have a lot of clients that tell me they don't eat vegetables. I remember your analogy. I'm so glad, because everyone I tell it to, they're like, I can see it working. I go, yeah, because when people tell us, eat your fruits and vegetables, we're like, yeah, we know they're good for us. But that's all we know. We don't actually see what's happening inside of our body. And the more we can basically unzip our bodies and go like this and be like, oh, that's what's happening. Oh my goodness, I had no idea. Okay, let me give you some more help. Let me get some more fruits and vegetables over here. The more we can do that, the more we're able to unconsciously grab for more healthy foods that are going to help us heal. So Stephanie's like, yes, exactly. Right. It's very exciting. So yeah, when you're talking to your clients, please use that story. Please pass that story around. Because once I told my brother, it changed everything. It changed everything for him. Oh, and there's another thing. And he thought this, so I'm going to share this. He goes, Janine, I just don't have the time to get to the produce market. And every time I buy fresh produce, I feel like I'm always throwing it away. He goes, and I heard frozen isn't good for you. I'm like, oh, no, frozen's actually better for you. He's like, how's that even possible? I said, think about it. When the fruit and the vegetables are coming off the farm, literally coming directly off of the farm, they go into wherever they go into, right? And then they get processed. Some of them go over to the processing where they're chopped up and frozen right away. So they're frozen within days, some of them even hours of being picked. The fresh fruit and vegetables that we see in the grocery store, Those are the weeks. They were picked when they were not ripe, and they have taken weeks to get to the processing plant, put on the truck, over to the distributor. The distributor then puts it on their truck and sends it out to the grocery stores. There's a whole distribution chain. We used to work as the purchasing director at the Jersey Mike Subs. I did all of the distribution. It is amazing. Weeks it takes fresh produce to get from the farm to the grocery store. So the frozen stuff is actually picked when it's more ripe because they know they're going to go freeze it, right? The vegetables are picked when they're more ripe because it's going right over to frozen. There's no time to ripen on the trucks. So frozen is better. So yeah, go over and get some bags of frozen, raw, organic fruit, vegetables, whatever, and make your life easier. And I told him, invest in some spices, make your food taste good. Because if your food doesn't taste good and you're sitting there eating cauliflower that has been boiled in water next to a piece of like boiled chicken, you're going to look at your plate and you're going to be like, I'm going out to Taco Bell. I'm not eating this shit. And I totally don't blame you. You have to make your food taste good. And it's really not that hard to make it taste good. So that's not what this class is about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one of the worksheets that comes in the protocol. When you buy the Starve, Kill, Detox protocol, you can buy the protocol separately. But when you sign up for the 4-week coaching program, if you purchase that, you're going to get the protocol. But for the people who don't want all the coaching and they just want like, just give me the protocol, I just need it written out for me, that's what I'm going to pull from. But everyone gets that. Whether you do the coaching program or whether you just buy the protocol. And if you just buy the protocol, and I forget what I put it at. I think it's like 125, somewhere 130, somewhere around there. So if you just buy the protocol, and then let's say months later, you're like, I really do need the coaching. This isn't going the way I wanted to go. This isn't the way I wanted it to go. This price, the 125, is deducted from the 4 months. So you never have to worry like, well, what if I want this later? I think I set it up to like cover all the bases and give everyone a little something at a good price point that maybe there's a little something for everybody, for everybody's financial comfort. All right. So this is one of the documents that's in the protocol that I want to go over with you because I want to show you how easy it is. Remind me, I got to share my screen. I just can't be looking at it. I want to show you how easy it is to get these things in your diet. You don't realize, because when you're thinking fruits and vegetables, there are specific foods that target the Epstein-Barr virus. And what I do in the beginning of the coaching class, what I do is I say, all right, guys, print that out somehow, or write it out if you don't have a printer. But print it out, stick it on your refrigerator. This way, every time you go food shopping, you go, oh, you know what? Let me try these 2 things this week or these 3 things this week and see how I can get it in. I'm going to show you this list. Let me just show you the list. Wait, I have to share. Wait, hold on a second. I'm going to show you the list. And I don't want you to think that you have to do all of these things every day or every week. That's insane. No. All right. So now you see my screen. Let me make sure we can see it on here. All right. Are we up yet? Yeah, we are. Okay, perfect. All right, so this is the food inventory worksheet, and it goes over a list of very specific foods that are going to target not only the central nervous system, but target the Epstein-Barr virus and the neurotoxins out of the liver. They work very specifically. So wild blueberries and celery are the first 2, and you're already getting those in the heavy metal detox smoothie, the wild blueberries, and the celery, you're already doing your celery juice. Sprouts. Can you maybe just find sprouts in the store and figure out what to do with them? You know what I do with them? Let's say you take gluten-free bread. I do this a lot for my daughter too. Gluten-free bread, and you smear it with hummus on both sides. And then you take the sprouts and you stick the sprouts to the hummus on both sides of the bread. And then you slice an apple very thin and you put the apple slices in the middle of the sandwich. That is your sandwich. And then if you want to take raspberries, they go really well. Like raspberries that are getting like, they're not good to like eat plain anymore because they're kind of getting mushy. Mush them up into a jam and then put them on the apples and then put the sandwich together. Oh my God, delicious. Easy, right? So can you buy sprouts maybe once a month and do that with it, or maybe put it in a salad, or maybe you have a better idea that I haven't heard about. Asparagus, I have nothing creative to do with asparagus. I buy it once a month only just so I can say, yeah, I got it in. I stick it in a pan with a little of that dairy-free butter and I heat it up. I eat it and I eat it with whatever, and it's not great, but I do it once a month. Everything else is pretty simple. The asparagus one, I just don't love that one. The spinach, you can throw that in salads, but if you're like, I don't eat a lot of salads and I don't want to eat a lot of salads, you can just throw that in your heavy metal detox smoothie. Just throw some spinach in there. Spinach helps to alkaline your body and it's highly absorbable. It's a nutrient that's highly absorbable, right? And it helps your nervous system. Cilantro removes heavy metals like mercury, lead, and these are the foods that EBV feeds on. Cilantro we already get in the heavy metal detox smoothie. Now, stuff like parsley. Parsley removes high levels of copper and aluminum, right? More heavy metals that feed the Epstein-Barr virus. You could throw the parsley in the heavy metal detox smoothie, but I don't feel like that tastes good. Just buy some fresh parsley and throw it on your food every now and then. Maybe do that once or twice a month. Coconut oil, hopefully everyone's already using coconut oil. I use coconut oil. I only use coconut oil and olive oil. So olive oil is for cold. Coconut oil is for heating up. You can saute pretty much or fry even like I do my tofu in coconut oil. Coconut oil is made up of, I want to say 80% of medium chain fatty acids. And this is fun. Medium chain fatty acids don't stick to your thighs, your ass, or your arteries. Medium chain fatty acids actually get burned up immediately for energy. So when you turn the thing of coconut oil over and you see saturated fat, it's like 1,000%. No, it's a really high number. It's like a 1,000% of what you should get. You're going to turn it over and you're going to say, oh my God, she's trying to kill me. Like no one can eat this much saturated fat. What they don't tell you is that there's different kinds of saturated fat. So there's short chains, medium chain, and long chain triglycerides that make up saturated fats. The coconut oil is made up of medium chain triglycerides. Doesn't flow off the tongue. The short and the long, they stick to your ass, they stick to your thighs, they stick to your arteries. That's the stuff that's going to really gunk up your system and gain weight. The medium chain triglycerides, MCT oil, did you ever hear of that? Medium chain triglycerides. That is 80%. No, I'm sorry. That is 6 times stronger than regular coconut oil because they extract all of those medium chain triglycerides and put it into that bottle. So whether you're using MCT oil or whether you're using coconut oil, that's what I use if I have to saute, if I have to fry. Now, you say, I don't want all of that coconut flavor on my food. I don't want everything tasting like coconut. Buy the refined coconut oil it's not so white. They remove the coconut flavor. The unrefined coconut, that's the one that tastes like coconut. Both of them are made up of mostly MCTs, medium chain triglycerides. Both of them are very good for you. One tastes like coconut, one doesn't. So unrefined is going to be the coconut flavor. The coconut flavor. It's not added flavor. It's the natural coconut flavor. And the refined means that they have refined it down so that it doesn't taste like coconut. But that's very important to know because we're gunking up our arteries with all this saturated fat, but coconut oil is not the same kind of saturated fat. All right, garlic. How often can you eat garlic? If you're Italian like me, you can eat it pretty damn often, right? A lot of times I will use a zester and I'll zest down raw garlic, and I'll stick it in salad dressing. That's when I use the olive oil, balsamic vinegar, the garlic shreds, a little bit of Dijon mustard, salt and pepper, and whatever spices I feel like. Honestly, there's no rhyme or reason to them. So look at these foods and look how. Oh, Quinn says curry butter, asparagus, saute in a little water, refined coconut oil with Himalayan sea salt. Oh, see, now that sounds good. Himalayan sea salt, black pepper, onion, and garlic powder. Okay. I might buy asparagus more than once a month if I did that. That sounds really good. Oh, the coconut oil, just salt, black. Okay, curry butter. I'm gonna try that. All right, cool. Raspberries. My daughter eats them all the time. And I pop them in my mouth all the time because they're really good. And now I'm giving them to Jackson, my 6-month-old, because they break up really easily. But that's something that you can pick up every week, a thing of raspberries. They're so high in antioxidants, remove free radicals from the organs and the bloodstream. Lettuce. How freaking simple is lettuce? I don't even need to tell you what to do with lettuce because there's 1,000 things to do. Papaya, I struggle with this one. I don't eat a lot of papaya. because I don't like it. And I know people say, well, put some lime juice on it, do this to it. No, I know, I hate it. So this is the one I don't do, but I do all the other ones. Apricots, whether they're dried or fresh, whatever you want to do, apricots are really, really high in antioxidants. They're immune system rebuilders that also strengthen the blood. Pomegranates, I buy the cups. Pomegranates themselves, every time I cut them out, I stain whatever I'm wearing. Buy the cups of pomegranate seeds, much easier. Now, get your So Delicious dairy-free ice cream, right? And put the pomegranate seeds over it. Then take a little bit of raw honey, stick it in the microwave to make it very liquidy, and drizzle it over. Oh, so freaking good. Grapefruit, don't have to tell you how easy it is to eat a grapefruit. These are the specific foods that are targeting, that are high in the antioxidants and that are targeting the Epstein-Barr virus. Kale. Now, does anyone have a tip for kale? Because I know I do, and I'm sure there's more. So to eat kale raw, I put it a lot on top of pizza because it's really good on top of pizza with a little bit of the balsamic glaze that I was telling you guys about the other day. But a lot of times when I'm making a salad, I'll throw the spinach, the arugula, and I'll get the kale. But before I put the kale in with the salad, because you know kale, you start chewing and it's like friggin' gum. You could chew forever. It's not pleasant. I have a way of making it pleasant. Remove the stem. No one needs the stem. Throw that out. Unless you're sauteing kale, that's awesome. Leave the stems in because they actually get a really nice flavor. But if you're putting it in a salad, remove the stem, coat it with olive oil, not coat it, but put some olive oil in there, right? And a little bit of salt. Then take your hands and massage it. I know that sounds really weird, but the kale fibers, the cellulose, the fibers break down and become very soft and very nice. And people are always surprised when I bring this salad and they go, this is kale. I'm like, yeah, that's massaged kale. It's amazing. All right, sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes actually help cleanse and detox the liver from the Epstein-Barr virus. Plain and simple, eat more sweet potatoes. And know the difference between a sweet potato and a yam. I don't want to miss anything. Erica says, thanks, maybe I can stop counting my daughter to make it for me. Oh, you're talking about the asparagus. That's so funny. And she says, thank you. I didn't know the difference between refined and unrefined coconut oil. I know, neither did I. Like these little tiny things that we pick up, that we learn, make life so much easier. Because in the beginning, I was like, I don't want all my food to taste like coconut. That's disgusting. Like I'm not having vegetables in coconut oil. But the refined stuff that removes the coconut flavor, so different. All right, so I was talking about sweet potatoes. Oh, know the difference between a sweet potato and a yam. They look very different. I'm sorry. They look very similar unless you know what you're looking for. A yam does not have nearly the antioxidants and the nutritional profile that a sweet potato does. So a sweet potato is going to be more tubular in shape. That's what you want. A yam is going to be rounder. And I don't think most grocery stores properly label their yams and their sweet potatoes, because if you look sometimes, they'll say sweet potatoes and they're all like round tennis balls. I'm like, that's a friggin' yam. And it's very hard to taste the difference, but they absolutely do have a very different nutritional profile. You want to get the sweet potatoes. So yeah, you could do it in the microwave, but a lot of times what I do is every couple of weeks, I'll buy a bag of sweet potatoes, wash them off. I don't even put them in the aluminum foil. I don't. I just stick them right in the oven on the rack. Of course, poke some holes in them first, roast them. Now I've got like 10 roasted sweet potatoes and I throw them in the refrigerator. And whether we eat them cold, I eat them on the go. I literally eat them on the go. I take them with me and I eat it like I would a banana. I don't peel it. I bite it. Yeah, it looks ridiculous and you don't have to do that out in public, but you can. I'm just letting you know you can. So keep them in the refrigerator. They're already cooked for you. Either heat them up in the microwave, right? Eat them cold. So freaking good. Get some of that plant-based butter that we all just discovered. Amazing. Very simple. Cucumbers. How easy is it to buy a cucumber and eat it? Either you slice it up and you eat it with that hummus, or you slice it up and you throw it in a salad. What else can you do? That's what I do. I think that's all I do. Or you can put it on your eyeballs. That's what Julie does. And bring down the puffiness. She's 16. She has no puffiness. All right, fennel. Oh, this is a good one. Because a lot of people are like, all right, is that it? Yeah, these are just brainstorming. So we're going to talk about fennel for a second, but I want to come back and see you guys and stop sharing my screen. Okay, so fennel is one of those things where you see it in the store, right? Sometimes it's called anise. and you're like, what the hell do I do with this thing? And maybe you take it home and you take a bite and you're like, oh, it's good. It kind of tastes like licorice. Not very strong. I hate black licorice and I love fennel. So what I do, my mother slices it really thin. She sautés it. She puts it on top of arugula. She's very fancy. I don't do that at all. What I do is I take 2 bulbs of fennel. I chop off the top green parts. I'm sure they're good for something. A lot of times, no, I shouldn't say a lot of times. I used to stick the green parts in the freezer, right? And then make my own vegetable stock. I don't do that anymore. I might when Jackson starts becoming a little bit more independent. But take some of those bulbs of the fennel and just like do a rough chop to make pieces smaller. Put it in the Cuisinart, the blender, and then take a couple of apples and stick it in that same blender. Pulse it for a couple minutes so you get like a small chop to it. Take it out. Take lemon juice, pour the lemon juice over it. I did a cooking demo on this. I had to find it and post it again because it's so simple to make. It's so refreshing, and my kids always loved it. It's got a great crunch, like it satisfies it, and it goes really well with whatever you're serving for dinner, especially fish. It goes really well with it. So a couple bulbs of fennel, some apple. You throw it in the Cuisinart to chop it up. Very simple. I'm not chopping. That's a lot of chopping. So you just pulse it a couple times, and then you just put a little bit of lemon, and you could even do like a little bit of apple cider vinegar, maybe a little salt, whatever other spices you feel would be good, but it's absolutely delicious. So it's a lot simpler than we think to get all of these superheroes inside of our body every day. Now, that list that I just showed you, it's part of the protocol. I'm going to post it separately. So you guys, I need you to have that list. So I'll post it in the group later, just that PDF, because I want you to see, like, if you stick that list on your refrigerator and you pick maybe 2 things a week when you're going grocery shopping, and you do that every week, then every week you're always going to have something inside your body in addition to the heavy metal detox smoothie and the celery juice. You're always going to have something working to kill the Epstein-Barr virus and to bring up the level of antioxidants in your body, because it is not as hard as we think once we get on that routine of just picking these healing foods. So what I used to say to myself is, every time I eat, I have an opportunity to heal or hurt myself. Every time I eat, I have an opportunity to heal myself or hurt myself. So I'd sit there and I'd look at something and I'd be like, all right, is this going to heal me or is this going to hurt me? Or is this going to be a neutral food? And that's what we're going to talk about on Friday. We're going to put all the foods in the world, we're going to put them in categories of green, yellow, and red. So that this way you're going to look at a food and you're going to be like, yeah, it's a red, but I don't eat this very often. And I know it doesn't feed the virus. So you know what? I want it. I'm going to have it. So we're going to talk more about that on Friday. Friday's going to be a quick class where we're going to review everything. And then before we call the winners, I want to go over what the Path to Healing program actually involves, because one of the winners is going to get 50% off the Path to Healing, and you might not want that. So I want to make sure you know exactly what's in the program and what you're going to get, so that this way, if you do win the 50% off, awesome. But if you don't want it, you could just say pass, and then we'll pick another name. And if you're not here on the call, don't worry about it. If you do pass on it, I'll just do another video where we pick another name, and we'll just keep it going until we find someone to give it to. So that's going to be on Friday. So in the beginning, I really thought that it was going to be hard to fill my body with all of these fruits and vegetables. And it just became very routine for me, where I go to the store, I go into the produce section, and I just buy a couple things that I know, and that's going to be my thing for the week. And so when you're doing this, when you're doing your morning routine, you got your heavy metal detox smoothie for the rest of the day, you want to make sure that not only are you filling your body with all of those antioxidants, but you want to make sure that you're gluten-free, dairy-free, and egg-free, because we don't want to be feeding the virus. So in the morning, if we're doing all of this killing of the virus, and then during the day you're eating gluten, dairy, and eggs, then you're going to be feeding the virus and killing it at the same time, and it's going to cancel each other out. So that's why I say take your time to incorporate all of these things in your day, so that in your day you're constantly doing a targeted attack on this virus, and you're constantly killing it building up your immune system. So you're starving the virus, you're killing it with your immune system, and you're detoxing it out. And that's what's happening throughout the entire day, every day. And of course, I want you to keep your comfort foods. The first thing I think that you should always identify are your comfort foods and make them gluten-free, dairy-free, and egg-free, so that when you have an oh fuck it mood where you're like, I'm done, that's it, I just want to sit on the couch and eat a pint of ice cream, great, do that. Get the So Delicious dairy-free ice cream. Make sure that's in your freezer, because those times are going to come. And wine is gluten-free. It absolutely is gluten-free, and it doesn't feed the virus. It inflames the shit out of your body. It's not great for you, but don't do it all the time. But when you want a glass of wine, have a glass of wine. Like, I want everyone to relax and not think that they have to be absolutely perfect every single day, or else they're not going to heal from MS. No, I feel like if I could do it, anybody could do it, which is why I'm teaching you a way to do it where you don't have to have 37,000 cups of fruits and vegetables every single day and not eat this and not eat that. No, eat what you want. Just make it healthy. You want that pizza? Make it gluten-free and dairy-free. And don't tell me that there's not a good one out there, because in 2022, there are some really good ones out there, and you can get creative. You can find them. It just takes a little bit of effort. But I think it takes more effort to live with these symptoms. It takes more effort to sit there and watch your life go by in front of you and you not be able to participate in it. It takes much less effort to think about what you're going to eat before you eat it. And I hear you. You're like, Janine, I only have food as my comfort in my life. I hear you. That's why I'm saying, don't get rid of your comfort foods. Eat how you like to eat. Just to make sure you're adding the antioxidants and you're removing the gluten. You want to eat bread every day? Eat freaking bread every day. Make sure it's gluten-free and egg-free. Go find one. Do the work to find one so that whenever you want bread, you can absolutely have it. I'm not trying to get you to lose weight. I don't care what weight you are. I just want you to be healthy and not have any MS symptoms, so that you could be 500 pounds or 400 pounds or 150, whatever you want to be, but be symptom-free. So if you're looking for weight loss, I'm not your girl. I'm definitely not your girl. I will tell you exactly how to find your comfort foods and make them gluten-free, and how to get rid of MS. But as far as weight loss, yeah, I'm on my own journey. So let me just make sure that I answer everybody, because we're finishing up. Erica, oh wow, sweet potatoes and yams, thought they were the same thing. I always did too. No one teaches us these things. Oh, Quinn says, hooked on Mayokos. Quinn, what is that? Because that sounds familiar, and I feel like I know that. Mayokos. Is that the Japanese ice cream? No, I feel like that's called something else. My daughter's always eating it. My lunch will be a sweet potato and asparagus today. Already have my lemon water and celery. All right, very awesome. So that's what's going to be today's homework. So just a reminder, everyone who does the homework gets entered into the drawing for the prizes on Friday. So you don't have to do the homework every single day in order to be entered. Everyone who answers the homework, I'm going to take those names. So if you answer the homework all 4 times, then you get 4 entries into the drawing. If you answered it once, well, then that's your 1 entry. So not a ton of rules. If you answered it, great, you're in the drawing. Oh, butter. Oh, that's the butter. That's the name of the butter that I just discovered. I was like, why does that look so familiar? I didn't recognize it when it was outside of its logo. Yeah, I am hooked on it too. I got my mother and my mother-in-law hooked on it. They're like, Janine, that's better than regular butter. I'm like, I know, I told you. All right, Natalie, have an awesome recipe for fennel salad. Chop the fennel, add chopped radish, 1 avocado. Oh, I am printing this one out. Chopped red chili, regular chili. I thought you were going to say powder. And coriander, cilantro, lemon juice. So fresh and delicious. Can you do me a favor and make a separate post for that? Because that does sound really good. And we should hashtag these recipes that we post, recipes, so that people, when they're looking for something, can just put that in the search bar and all of these come up. Because Natalie, that sounds awesome. I do a lot of juicing and smoothies to get vegetables and fruit in. And that's the really simple way to do it. That's what I recommend. Like, just put it in a smoothie, drink it down, because then you get more in. And it's amazing, isn't it? How you feel after you're drinking that? So good. All right, good. I think I answered everybody. All right. So hopefully I made it a little bit easier for you today to understand. It's really not that hard to fill your body with these superheroes. It's not. It takes a little bit of thought and forward thinking. And I will go and post that worksheet that we just looked at. It's part of the protocol. And tomorrow we're going to be talking to Matt Rowe. He's going to be joining us in this workshop here. We're going to be side by side, and we're going to be talking about why he's a part of the Path to Healing program. What does he do? How important is our mindset? I know we all know, like, yes, it's very important, but how does it actually work? And he's got some really good examples and analogies that are going to really make it clear for us. Because I always say I could give you all the protocol information in the world, but if your mind's not in it, if your mind's telling you, like mine was in the very beginning, you're never going to heal. What are you doing? Everyone thinks you're crazy. Why are you listening to this crazy information? Like, why do you think your body's not attacking itself? Did you go to neurology school? Did you go to medical school for 37 years? No, you're just Janine. You have no idea. This is the talk that was in the back of my head that sometimes still peeks up, and I'm like, whoa, where'd you come from? Get back down there. So it's so important to understand what the mind is doing to us. So that's tomorrow with Matt Rowe. Tomorrow we're going to do like 2 parts, because I'm still going to do the live at 5, and I want to do that with Catherine. So Catherine's the vibrational healer who's also part of the program, and we're going to talk about her role in the program and why it's not only important to detox our body of shit, but we also have to detox our soul of shit. So I'm going to come up with a different title for that rather than detox the shit off your soul. Although I really like that one. I don't think she'd appreciate that too much, though. And I got to be a little bit more professional about it. So I'm going to come up with a good title, but that's going to be tomorrow for the live at 5. We're going to talk to Catherine and talk about detoxing the crap and how we do that every month in the 4-month program, and how you don't even have to be in the 4-month program if you want those clearings, we call them. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow too. You have tons of options to heal. Really, I'm trying to make it to the point as this minding your soul evolves. I want to make it to the point where everyone has so many different options to heal and to get what they need, whether it be stuff to do or options in terms of the finances. I want everyone to always have what they need and available to them. So, all right, the homework was posted or will be posted in 9 minutes. It's going to be posted at 1:00 exactly. And the homework is going to be, how many fruits and vegetables did you eat today? I just want to raise awareness with this homework stuff. I want to raise awareness of how much water that you drank. I wanted to solidify what you learned the first day about how powerful it is to believe and to know that your body's not attacking itself. So the homework is really just to raise your awareness and also to give you a prize entry. So how many vegetables did you eat today? That's the homework. It will be posted at 1:00, and I'm printing all of the comments out, cutting them out, and I'm going to pull the literal actual paper out of the basket. All right, everyone. Detox the shit out of your soul. I second that. Who said that? That was so funny. Quinn, of course you did. I like that too, right? Detox the shit out of your soul. Catherine will laugh, but then she'll be like, yeah, we're not doing that. I'm like, okay, I understand. So, all right, you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time, and I'll be here with Matt Rowe. Any questions, keep them coming in the group, and I'll go back through the comments here and make sure that I answered everything. It's so much fun. I can't believe Wednesday's already over and we're on to Thursday. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Look out for my email tonight. If you're not getting my emails with the recordings and you want them, go register on the website for the workshop so that I have your email. And if you want to email me at gethealthy@mindingyoursoul.com, if you're like, listen, I just registered, but I need Monday and Tuesday's video, just send me an email and ask me. All right, very good. All right, have a great day, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.